We are gifts and we are blessings. We are His story in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Vador, Nagid Goleva. Vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Vador, these lips will praise your name.
My advice to the next generation is the same as the last generation. Find something that you like to do, because you're going to do it a long time. And then use a lot of determination, a lot of ingenuity, and you'll succeed.
So, at the age of 93, I decided maybe I should get bar mitzvahed, and then I'll be a man. And I had to learn Hebrew over again, the alphabet, and then words. It was significant for me, sort of a closure, a milestone. It first started out as a mere whim. I thought it might be amusing, but then it carried more significance that I actually entered the brotherhood of Jewish men. I had two changes in my life, epiphanies. One occurred after my first wife divorced me, and my entire world collapsed around me. And I felt like an alcoholic who loses everything and hits bottom. He has nowhere to go but back up. So that was one major change in my life. And the other was when I suddenly realized I'm 90 years old. People were saying, "Hey, you're 90, you're going to have a party?" And I said, 90? What happened to the 70s and 80s? When I reached 90, my good state of health began to deteriorate. And I had one problem after another over the next 3 years. But now I seem to have reached a plateau and feel pretty good. Although my 90s, I felt like Damocles with that sword hanging over his head, held by a thin thread that could fall at any time and cut his head off. So I value every day. I'm glad that I could awaken in the morning, see the sunshine, and I dwell on what I have left, not what I've lost. I'm half deaf, half blind, have neuropathy from the lower half of my body, and all that sort of thing. But I could still find pleasure and reward in various ways. And I reflect a lot upon my previous existence. I've had many, many ups and downs. I've actually experienced ecstasy and deep despair. I don't feel like I lacked anything in my life. Any advice I can give to someone younger would be 2 words that I live by, and one is curiosity. I am a very curious person. I want to know what, why, when, where. And the other is imagination. And if you have curiosity and are able to imagine things, you can have an interesting life and a rewarding one. Adopt those 2 words, curiosity and imagination.
To the next generation, be open-minded. Someone had told my mother when I was born, her life and my life would evolve, and it's been wonderful, but nothing that you would really expect. We were very fortunate, both of us, and I never saw my father. She left him before I was born, and her next husband was my stepfather, and I adored him. And that's when I became Jewish, was because of the influence of this man. Not that he tried to influence me, but I saw that he was a great man.
There are too many people who constantly look at the bleak side of things. Looking at the difficulties does not make it better. Try to look at the brighter side that may or may not happen, but it will make you feel a little better. Try, if possible, to develop or find some sort of humor in many, many areas that you may never have thought about. As an old-time comedian named Myron Cohn said many years ago, it wouldn't hurt. Secondly, perhaps in best interest to slow down a little bit. For those who may know of a commentator named Rush Limbaugh, my motto was, we have to put the Rush in limbo. Also, try to get back to real music. Music that does not have to have a message. The melody, in my opinion, is what the music should represent. So I won't change the world.
I would say that probably the best thing you could do is find out what you love the most to do and pursue it in everything, especially in your job. Do something you love, and later in life you might find that that love changes to something else. Don't be afraid to go for it. I think living the way you want to live is the most important thing. If you want to have children, then have children. if you want to live a life of just two people, then do that. But pursue everything you do with love. Coming from the background I came from, where being gay was something to be ashamed of, it took me a long time to learn to just be who I am. And I think that today people have more of an opportunity to just be who they are. I think it's wonderful, and it's the best thing you can do with your life, is just be who you are. Everything about Temple Israel has been warm and welcoming. Being part of the sisterhood and being part of the congregation has been one of the best experiences of my life.
Temple Israel is incredible because it's made up of people that are so different from the next person that you can sit next to. And yet, I think, and I know that the people who come to Temple Israel have this feeling of being welcomed, and everybody was happy, and that happy entered into their homes, and it was just a wonderful place to live. What my mother told me, she said to me, remember, there are a lot of people here, when I first came to the temple. And she said, if you think of this, if you have something nice to say it twice. If you have something that is not nice, keep your mouth shut. And I think that was so simple, but so easy. And any time I got upset, I remembered her saying that, and it eased some of the difficulties that I had in coming to a brand new shul with a brand new husband. And it all worked out.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
A little closer, yeah, okay. Here we go.
Hi, Norman.
Hello, Susan.
How's it going?
I'm sorry if I'm so close.
Oh, that's
but,
okay.
I wanted to see